So, how are you, Angelo?
I'm doing good. How about yourself?
I'm really good, thank you. So, a big fight for you. At last, it
Yeah,
feels like we haven't seen you in ages. Um, has it
yeah.
been frustrating the delay?
Just a little bit, but I'm enjoying my time as a champion, so I'm taking it all in and appreciating the moments.
Yeah, obviously a unbelievable knockout last time.
hmm
Just how's life been since that moment?
It's been great. It's been great. Being a champion, it's everything I ever wanted, and I'm loving it. I'm loving it. I'm taking it in, like I said. I'm appreciating and cherishing every moment. I'm getting recognized a lot more in the boxing scene, in the boxing world. Um, when I'm out and about, people will recognize me at the fitness gyms. Going shopping and stuff like that. I'll get recognized here and there.
And obviously that knockout did the rounds on social media. How does it feel to maybe see that it was up for knockout of the year and stuff like that? How does it feel to have that kind of display of your talent there for everyone to see?
It feels amazing. It feels amazing. I worked extremely hard for that fight. Our plan was just to go in there and get the W and get that title. But hey, it played out even better. Getting a knockout of the year, um, and things like that. I couldn't ask for more.
You were actually quite a big underdog going into that. Did
Yeah,
that kind of did that annoy you at all, or did that kind of like spur you on to do what you did?
yeah. That motivated me for sure because I know that the type of fighter that I am. All my close friends and teammates know the fighter that I am, and so it just motivated me because I knew that I would go out there and prove everyone wrong.
Yeah, so now you've got the fight in Japan in May against Kameda. Just talk to
Yeah.
me a little bit about your opponent and what you're expecting.
Kameda, he's an ex champion, former world champion. He's not to be taken lightly. He's been in there with the world champions as well. He's got a lot of experience under his belt, and I'm gonna go in there and fight my fight. Do what I got to do. Train extremely hard for this one, just like I did my last one, and you know, and go in there and get the W. We have sparred in the past, so we are familiar with each other. But in a fight, it's a different story.
And just on boxing in Japan,
Mhm.
it's kind of even journalists really want to cover fights there. I'm guessing fighters really want to fight out there. It seems to be a really cool place to fight during this kind of modern time. Is that something that you're excited about?
Very excited. Yeah, I'm very excited. I know Japan, is a place I've always wanted to travel, and what better way to do it than to fight, and do something that I love to do.
Are you hoping to maybe see a bit of the country whilst you're out there?
Yeah, yeah. I think we got it planned. Something for after the fight. Stay out there a couple of days more.
So obviously, what it looks like from the outside view, with you fighting in Japan against the Japanese fighter, it looks as though Top Rank are hoping to build your profile in Japan. And
Yeah,
they've obviously got the megastar Naoya Inoue. Is that something you think is being planned, is being targeted?
yeah. That could definitely be in the works as well. It correlates well with what we got going on. Fighting in Japan, in always from Japan. Um, and uh, in a way, is fighting a pro box fighter in his next fight. I'm a pro box fighter as well, so it kind of like it all ties in together.
Yeah, has there been any conversations at all with Top Rank to say, look, we want to build your profile in Japan at all?
It's mainly with ProBox TV and
Yeah.
Gary Jonas. We've talked, and that is the plan. Japanese fans, they love boxing. Um, and so, yeah, it's great to expand out there in Japan, especially if I get that fight with Inoue in the future.
Yeah, there's been a lot of conversations about him and Nick Ball. So it looks like his debut in the featherweight division will be in December against Nick Ball. How do you see that fight going?
That's a good fight. That's a good fight. Nick Ball is a world champion. He's not to be taken lightly as well. It's a heavier weight class. So it should be a good fight. It should be a good fight. I know Nick Ball comes to fight. He comes forward. He's actually shorter than Inoue, something I haven't seen Inoue do yet. So it's going to be an interesting matchup.
And how do you, when the hopefully you eventually get the shot to test yourself against a pound for pound king like Inoue, how do you think it goes with yourself?
Well, I think I'm gonna win. That's the way I think it's gonna go, and we'll go in there and give it my all.
They label him the monster. Do you think he's a monster? Do you have the same kind of views?
No, I think he's a great fighter. He's an elite fighter, but his nickname has nothing to do with his skills.
And on Nick Ball, he obviously boxed at the weekend. I was there actually, and we all saw the kick.
Yeah.
I just wanted to get your thoughts on him kicking TJ Doheny.
Oh man, I didn't see the fight, but I did see the highlights of that kick. It's a little unsportsmanlike. Um, I feel like maybe he's frustrated and he was taking it out in a different way. But that's I think it was just a little bit of frustration. That's all.
Do you think he should have been disqualified for that?
For the kick, maybe a hard warning, maybe a point taken away, but I don't think disqualified.
Yep. And hopefully about between a unification between you and Nick
Mhm.
comes in the future. How do you think that fight goes between you two?
That's a great fight. That's I like that fight a lot. Um, I know Nick Ball. He always comes to fight. He puts the pressure and he throws a lot of punches. I throw a lot of punches, so I think the fans are gonna go crazy for that one.
He's obviously his last few fights, he's maybe let his frustration get the better of him. He's had some dirty antics.
Mhm.
If he tried to pull those kind of tricks against you, what would your reaction be?
Yeah. Well, first things first is we gotta warn the referee about all those antics and let him know beforehand all these things he does. And then if he continues to do it in the fight, then I'll have to get dirty myself.
Yeah, of course, of course. And one fight I did want to speak to you about was obviously Stephen
Mhm.
Fulton,
Yeah.
ex-opponent of yours. He's now come up to featherweight, won a world title. How
Yeah.
interesting? How much do you know? How much interest do you have in that fight?
That's another one. That I mean, the whole featherweight division right now is up for grabs. I want them all. Fulton, of course, we have history together. And I would like that rematch. And what better way to do it with the unification bout? So now would be the time to do that, to make that fight happen. And I like that fight as well.
You've obviously thrived since you've moved up to featherweight. Just how much has the extra few pounds helped you in terms of your career and your progression as an athlete?
Yeah. Oh, it's made a big difference. It's paid a lot of dividends in my performance. As you can see, I've had four fights in the featherweight division, and three of them were by knockout. So that's a pretty good percentage. I just think that at 122, I was weight drained. I didn't have the snap in my punches, but now at 126, I feel a lot better, a lot stronger, and I'm able to rehydrate a lot better.
Yeah, the knockouts I saw of you at first were obviously on ProBox TV with Gary.
Mhm.
Just how
Yeah,
important have they been in your career so far?
yeah, they've been very important. They really revitalized my career when it was at a standstill. I got to thank Gary Jonas and all Pro Box for helping me do that and really putting me back on the scene and putting me back on the map as far as the boxing scene. But I got to thank him a lot for that.
Yeah, we're obviously seeing some top fighters, Cardenas fighting a new way now, Lamont Roach. A lot of people saw
Yeah.
winning that Gervonta Davis fight. I feel the Pro Box fighters they're getting opportunities, and not only are they getting them on Pro Box TV, they're going on to fight in real big
Mhm.
mega fights, really.
Yeah. Yeah. As you can see, like before I got into Pro Box, I really didn't know about him until they told me, hey, there's Pro Box TV, and then I looked it up, and it was kind of reminding me of the days of solo boxeo. Friday night fights and all that. So I was like, yeah, I'm definitely for it. It seems like they're boxing oriented only. Like they're not about the show or anything like that. They're just strictly boxing and getting these fighters fights, and putting on 50-50 competitive fights. And I was all for it, considering that I hadn't fought in 2 years. I was ready to get back in that ring, and a Pro Box was the perfect platform.
Yeah, and we'll finish on a
Mhm.
prediction for your fight in May.
Get that W, get that W. Hopefully I can get the knockout, but if it doesn't come, it doesn't come. But we're ready to go in there and put some hurt on on this guy.
And are you looking forward to gaining a whole new fan base out in Japan?
Yeah, of course, of course.
Okay. Thank you so much for your time, Angelo. I really do appreciate it. I know in
Mhm.
training camp, time is precious, so I really do
Yeah, yeah,
appreciate that.
I got you. No, no, thank you for giving me this interview and all that, and